4 lights of hope have shone upon the world. Men flock to these lights, around which they build 4 peristylia. Each peristylium becomes their faith and society, the path upon which they are set. The vermilion bird, wings of fire to lift the heart. The white tiger, steely arms by which to seize knowledge. The azure dragon, unclouded eyes that see all beneath the sky. The black tortoise, a rigid shield and a well-guarded blade. But when 9 and 9 meet 9, Tempus Finis shall be willed upon them. For without the Agito, their world, called Orience, must persist in its spiral.
So, if the last video seemed kind of bare bones, don't worry, I'm not getting lazier. It's just a basic game, gets basic words. Luckily for us all, this time around we have a complicated game that I have to try and fucking explain in as little time as possible. Now let me start by saying that I am a huge Square Enix fanboy. I mean, I unironically liked Final Fantasy XIII and its sequels. So keep that in mind while you listen to the rest of this video. Final Fantasy Type 0 is the first of what would be a story-like trilogy called Fabula Nova Chrysalia, a name that rustled Jim Sterling's Jimmy's super hard. Now, this trilogy pertains to the beings called fal'Cie and their pawns, the l'Cie. And the games included in that trilogy are Final Fantasy Type 0, Final Fantasy XIII, and the upcoming Final Fantasy XV. Each appear to take place in different worlds and at different times, and the time of Type 0 is a time of war. Now, you play as the Agito cadets under the Vermilion Crystal, and your school and all of its faculty are participating in this war against a nation that doesn't use magic but uses something called magic technology. The Agito cadets you control are the elites of the school, and they stand high above the entire nation's military might, excluding the fal'Cie and the l'Cie. Now, a fal'Cie is a godlike being that turns humans into slaves called a l'Cie. And for being a slave, they get these advanced superpowers. They're basically beings chosen by the god fal'Cie. And there are multiple fal'Cie, multiple l'Cie. With all that bullshit out of the way, I can start talking about the story, which is surprisingly well composed, and it's a whole lot darker than any of the Final Fantasy games. It's very good at reminding you that the stakes are high and very real, and that makes planning for each mission very critical and very strategic, and I give it a lot of credit for that. However, the downtime between each mission, it breaks the pacing big time. And it adds a two-faced lie that I'm not a fan of. I mean, 1 minute you're in intense combat where lives are at stake and you have all of the nation fighting for power, and the next you're casually strolling around campus, chasing skirts and being bored as fuck. I mean, things are well enough when the action is high and you're feeling the cries of war, and then you get into battle. And that god-awful motion blur hits your eye. Look at me. The motion blur is so bad I slur in my speech. About to puke just looking at it. I mean, holy shit, it's so bad. And to make things worse, it can't be turned off or toned down that I know of. I mean, if you somehow manage to not throw up or get dizzy or sick of the stupid bullshit crazy camera, you're gonna get soothed with this abnormally fast-paced combat, which is weird for a Final Fantasy game. Each member of the Agito cadets controls completely differently and has various skills that makes them unique, as well as widely different personalities that makes dialogue between them really fresh and very fun to go through. Outside of the Agito class, the rest of the school, you have your standard boring NPCs with copy-pasted emotions, and they're played out from the start. Like, I knew right away that I didn't want to talk to anyone who wasn't in the Agito class. Now, with the camera being bad and shit, all that aside, I have to talk about the fact that this is supposed to be an HD remake. I mean, it's got HD on the main fucking menu, and there are large aspects of this game that are anything but HD. The important people and places got the good old spit shine, but grunt soldiers and certain fields of battle have their original PSP textures. Let me repeat that. PSP, that's PlayStation Portable, not Vita graphics. We're talking pixelated portable shit. And that's a fucking problem. You have instances in the game where the antagonists are talking to their underlings, and the big baddie looks fine, but the grunt looks so fucking ugly that they had to pixel blur his entire body. And it's really jarring, and it's really sloppy. And while I'm on the topic of sloppy, this so-called HD remake, I mean, it got localized, obviously, and holy shit, the English voice actors are nail on chalkboard painful. I mean, the dialogue itself isn't particularly bad, but the delivery of the lines is abysmal, and almost like the voice actors just did whatever they thought sounded right without any type of context. I mean, you got awkward pauses, like the video, like how I'm talking now with these weird pauses, and instead of me getting angry or calmer the way I talk, you have this dull, lifeless, boring delivery. And it's like there's no emotion behind anything that they say. And it makes listening just fucking, it makes it a fucking nightmare. And it's a shame because, like I said, the story and the character interactions between the protagonists is pretty interesting. I won't lie, I was getting into the story, and then a character opens their fucking mouth. And there's absolutely no defending this. No excuses can be made, even to a longtime fan of the series like myself. They charge full price for a half-assed work, and let me tell you why. Now, if you purchased this game when it first came out, I think it was the first 2 weeks of the game's release, you got a demo of Final Fantasy 15. Now, that's how they get you. You're basically paying for the demo. That's where your money went. Guarantee you. Your money went to funding Final Fantasy 15 in some way. Fucking guarantee it. So, yeah. And that would be fine and dandy, I guess. Not really. Because, I mean, $60 is a lot to pay for a half-ass piece of shit and a demo. I'm looking at you, Metal Gear. But they aren't giving out the demo anymore. But they're still charging the same price. So, if you go and buy it now, you aren't going to get Final Fantasy 15's demo. You're just going to get the horse shit at the full price. Now, at the start of the video, I said, listen guys, I live and die by Final Fantasy. So I am 100% mad salty that someone thought that they could get away with this. I mean, they thought that they could pull this and that the diehard fans would just roll over and take it. I don't need to tell you whether or not I support or deport this. Fucking deports all around. Deport the shitty textures, deport the fucked up voicing, deport the god-awful motion blur, but export the story to a book and maybe you'd have something worth a shit. So, that's Final Fantasy Type 0 for you. Coming up next is Resident Evil 0. I'm getting sick of zeros now. Oh fuck. Hopefully this is a lot better than the Gravity Rush video. That I know that wasn't very exciting, but stick around and we'll see about that Resident Evil game and see if Capcom can do it right, because Square Enix sure as fuck can. Thanks for watching.